So up until today, Dartmoor was the only place in England and Wales where you could legally go wild camping. However, High Court judges ruled in favour of a wealthy landowner who challenged the local bylaws. The judges ruled that wild camping is legally wrong and you need to seek permission from the landowner. So the case had been brought forward by a Mr. Alexander Darwell and his wife Diana. They currently own around 4,000 acres of land on Dartmoor. So the Darwells argued that one of the bylaws which said that you could have access to all of the commons on foot or by horseback, but they said that excluded wild camping. And the top and bottom of it is that the judges ruled in their favour and said that any camping requires the consent of the landowner. So as you can imagine, this is causing uproar in the outdoor community. If you've been on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, things are going apeshit at the moment. And lots of the comments and fears are that that's it now for wild camping. Even the Dartmoor National Park themselves are gobsmacked because they're quite proud of the heritage of it being the only place in England and Wales that you can still legally have the right to wild camp. Obviously they want to promote a leave no trace wild camping with a code of conduct, things like no fires, you set up camp away from footpaths, you know the stuff. And the National Park themselves have argued that wild camping is nothing like family camping where you're setting up big tents and having barbecues and all of that. It's usually one or two people with a backpack with limited resources, just enjoying the outdoors really. So as I mentioned, Mr. and Mrs. Darwell, they own around 4,000 acres of Dartmoor, where Dartmoor itself is around 86,000 acres. And so far it's only them that's having a bit of a whinge when it comes to people camping on their land. The National Park Authority are trying to work with the other landowners to ensure that wild camping is still a thing that you can do on Dartmoor. However, now that the judges basically overturned the bylaw to allow you to camp on Dartmoor, if other landowners so choose and wish you to seek permission, then it could mean the end of wild camping legally, anyway, on Dartmoor. As things stand at the moment, I don't think it's a huge problem because of how the trespass laws are laid out. If things were to change and suddenly the trespass laws became a criminal offence, then at that point then things might get a little bit more difficult. But with it being a civil matter, it usually involves the landowner asking you to leave, and in most cases, most people do. However, as long as you don't damage the land, you don't break into anything or knock a fence down or anything, you're not going to be in any bother at all. But if it turns into a criminal offence, such as robbery, for example, although they're not quite as severe, then you can just be arrested on the spot for breaking the law. Wild camping as such isn't currently breaking the law. The landowner's got to come and ask you to leave. A policeman passing by is not going to bother you because you're not committing a criminal offence. If you're at all worried that this is the end of wild camping, then I can't see it. The real sickening thing for me is that all of these really wealthy people want to own all of the land and all of the property. We all want to have our own little slice. We've got a mortgage, so we want to buy our house, and we probably wouldn't want anybody camping on our back garden. But all of this remote land in Dartmoor, the Lake District, stuff like that, that's been owned by national parks or wealthy landowners, do they really need all of that, and why can't it be shared with the rest of us? So Mr. and Mrs. Darwell, they own 4,000 acres. The biggest landowner in Dartmoor is the Duchy of Cornwall, which I think is currently Prince William. They own 71,000 acres of land there, which is obscene. Doesn't matter if one or two of us go for a hike, pitch our tents and cook a steak, and then next morning pack our stuff away and leave no trace. It doesn't matter one iota. And I can't see Prince William chasing you off his land anytime soon. And even if it becomes a criminal offence, I can't see the policeman patrolling Dartmoor, the Lake District, the Peak District, looking for people pitching their tent. It's absolutely ridiculous. At the moment, it's not just people camping in national parks. You can look all over YouTube and everyone's stealth camping now, camping in McDonald's or in a B&Q car park. It's The police are not bothered if you're not doing any damage. They don't have the time or the resources. We've had our car stolen before, a house broken into before, and it's hours and hours before a policeman comes for serious offences like that. They're not bothered if someone's pitching a tent. Anyway, I hadn't planned to make this video. It's just a hot topic at the moment, so I thought I'd just give my 2 pence on it. I'm not worried about it. I'm still going to be wild camping, whether it's in the Lake District, the Peak District, or down in Dartmoor. I'm going to keep doing my thing, camp responsibly, leave no trace, and just enjoy the outdoor experience. Anyway, I'll leave a couple of links in the description below to a bit more information about what's gone off. You can do your own homework and let me know in the comments what you think. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.